you can see by the title, today I am going to do something that I feel like is needed, but not a lot of people do. And that is, I am going to be auditing your Instagram visual brand. Hey Hustle Babes, I'm Chanel the Brand Hustler, and this is the channel for all of my hustle babes who are interested in gaining entrepreneurial insight while learning essential marketing and business tips for their brand. If that sounds like you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and make sure you smash that like button so that you can see more videos like these. Instagram is literally the #1 buying platform out there, okay? Instagram has over 1 billion users, and about 60% of them make a buying decision from visiting a business's page on Instagram. If your brand isn't together, if your brand isn't attractive and appealing, you are missing out on all of this money that Instagram can bring you. There are months where Instagram has brought in 75% of my actual sales, which is crazy to me, right? It is crazy how many people I actually touch through Instagram. It is crazy the reach that I have on Instagram. So if you are interested in expanding your brand's reach and growing your brand's conversion rates, attracting the right audience, then you definitely want to start with the foundation. And the foundation is having a good visual brand. I get a lot of questions. A lot of times people DM me saying, hey, can you take a look at my page? Can you tell me this? Can you tell me that? There are times where I do that out the kindness of my heart, but the amount of requests are up to here. And so I was like, let me do something where I can give back to you guys in the form of content where it can reach multiple people. And even if you don't get your Instagram profile audited today, you still are able to see the profiles I'm auditing and see the actual feedback I'm giving them. And you can apply it to your business and your Instagram brand. Enough of me blabbing, let's get into the video. I posted on my Instagram story that I was doing free branding audits, and I told people to reply to that story by putting their information in the little reply box for me to see. So this is how it's going to go. I am going to choose these pages completely by random. I'm going to open up my responses to it, and I'm just going to scroll and pick one. When I pick one, I am then going to comment on their bio. I'm going to comment on their image and video quality. I am going to comment on their content as far as their wording, their verbiage, their voice, their tone. And then I'm going to give it a number on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being bomb.com and 1 being, oof, you need to do some work. All right, so if you're ready for that, make sure that you give it a thumbs up and comment in the chat, and comment down below that you are ready for this video. All right, Hustle Babes, let's get to it. So let's pick our very first person. Let's do TS Medical Billing. First things first, when I look at her Instagram profile and I look at her bio, she does a good job of obviously showing her name. She also lists what she provides. I feel some type of way about the 4 being a number 4 and not the word 4, but that's okay. But I love that she broke it down in this way, and then she also gives you an action to take, which is telling you that she has a free pre-boarding list that you can get and pointing down to it. I love what she did here. The only thing I am confused about on this particular bio is I don't really know what the business name is. So the at name is _TS medical billing _, but the actual name when I click it is medical billing and business services, and that just seems more so like the industry or service, and it's not the name of the business. So I don't really know what the actual name of the business is, but I'm gonna guess it's TS Medical Billing because of the ad name. But that is something that should be clear in your bio. So it's good that she introduced herself because she wants to showcase, I guess, face, so she mentioned her name. But having TS Medical Billing, if that is the name, in your actual bio instead of just medical billing and business services is definitely going to help, because it helps with brand recognition, especially upon the first glance at your page. I noticed that there's no story highlights. Now, things like story highlight covers aren't mandatory. There's something that I like because I want my page to look together. But highlights overall, in general, I definitely always recommend using those, because it gives people a snapshot of what to expect of your services or of your business and of your brand in general. So if you have some stories that are archived, TS Medical Billing, definitely start saving them on your story highlight, okay? As I scroll through her page, I noticed that she uses a lot of the same colors, which is good. She's creating kind of like a memorable experience with the brand recognition thing, so that's good. From what I can see, it looks like she has a mix of different fonts, which isn't good. Try to stick to your set of fonts. But for the most part, the colors and everything look good. Now, what I can say is, if it is your intention to, I'm talking directly to her, but y'all can listen in on this conversation too. If it is your intention to be forward facing, like to be the face for your company, try to post your face a little bit more. So I noticed a lot of quotes, a lot of quotes, and then I get some face here and there, and it's kind of scattered. So if it is your goal to be forward facing, try to incorporate yourself a little bit more into your posts. Try recording some videos explaining some of your services or giving tips. Post more of your pictures throughout, because static posts kind of get a little bit old, and try to play up on it a little bit so it's not just quote after quote after quote. So I clicked on one that says, if you have employees/interns, you don't need an HR department. Big red flag. I'm guessing that word is supposed to be interns. Whenever you're creating content for your page, email, wherever you're creating content, proofread, and send it to somebody else to proofread too. They don't have to be a professional in your industry. They don't even have to know fully what it is you're doing. But if they can read, give it to somebody else to have them to proofread your content. My boyfriend proofreads my content. My friends do it all the time, and sometimes my mom even does it. But definitely get people to proofread your content, because that is a big oopsie, and especially with the industry you're in, me as a professional, I don't want to see a misspelled word on something like that, right? Especially when it's an image that you created. So that's something that you should take the time to look at. Looking at her caption, however, she does good with the caption asking you to commit an action. She does a good job of that. Oops, parlay came on my screen, y'all. She does a good job of that. So I like the caption. I would just say put an attention grabber at the beginning. So some of the beginnings of your captions are a little bit super informal, and you want your information to be kind of the middle chunk and your attention grabber to be at the beginning, and then you're asking them to complete an action at the end. So other than that, that's all I got to say. If I had to give this a number of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give her probably like a 7.5 or an 8. Sexy Hair Imports. All right, girl, let's see what you got going on. This brand lists out their offerings pretty well. The only thing is, I would say to direct them to the link. So maybe say start shopping, or your version of start shopping, depending on your brand. So get slayed, or whatever term you want to use. Get sexy, maybe. It's time to get sexy. Arrow pointing to the actual link. That way I'm like, okay, I want to click this link and see what it's about. But other than that, your bio looks great. Scrolling down, you have highlights. Cool. It's in products, bundles, and giveaway. With highlights though, the reason that Instagram created highlights is to give people an ounce of yourself, give them some background. So try creating a highlight that my family WhatsApp is blowing up. I need that to stop, okay? But back to this. Try to give your followers and the people who are visiting your page some insight on what it's like behind the scenes. So package some orders and save that as a highlight, okay? Now, going to your actual page. Okay, so one, kind of like I said with the first person, she had her colors on point. This one, it looks like you have a lot of different color shades going on. You have a light pink, dark pink, gold. You have just a screenshot of like the story on some of them, and that's not good. So you want to stick with a certain look. Even if that means you need to get templates created for Instagram, get those templates created and use those templates. Use similar fonts all the time and use the same colors. So it's a bit too much going on in terms of color, in terms of format, in terms of font, in terms of everything. The page isn't cohesive, right? We want to make sure that our page has a cohesive look that I can remember. Looking at this, it just looks like a bunch of stuff that is pieced together, to be honest. And you don't want your page to look like that. You definitely want it to look like your brand, and it doesn't look like that at all from just looking at it. But let's click one of these. Let's click the video. Okay. Maybe three or four things about this video. Okay, I'm not. The video is good. It's a close-up of the movement of the hair. I don't like the filter, and I'm sure people don't like the filter either, because it's taking away from the actual natural aesthetic of the extensions. You want people to see what it's like in real form, and by putting a filter on it, you're making them wonder why or what you're trying to hide. Then about the caption, there's no caption, so I can't even judge the caption. You want to make sure that you have a caption on your actual post. If you want me to talk about captions and hashtags, I think I spoke about them before in one of my prior Instagram videos, but if you want me to talk more about that, let me know. But you definitely need to make sure you have a caption. You have to make sure that your caption is grabbing attention, informing people either of your product, your service, or whatever the post is about, and then asking them to complete an action. That action can be shop now, DM you, comment below, like the post, whatever it is. You want to make sure that you have a caption that does all three. Now, in terms of the hashtags, if you're going to use hashtags, you got to go all the way, boo. You got to go all the way. So I suggest using at least 27 hashtags and no more than 30 hashtags, making sure that they're relevant to your industry, relevant to your product, and relevant to your business. So if I had to rate this page, Sexy Hair Imports, on a 1 to 10, I am going to give it a 2, and it only got a 2 because the bio is pretty good and it had highlights. Other than that, there's a lot that I feel like this page should work on. So hit me up if you need some templates and some branding for your IG, or if you just want to have a coaching session and talk about some things you can do to improve. Let's do bodied beauties. Okay. Body Beauties by Simone. Thank you for putting the full name right there in your bio. For your bio with the embrace it, I would then probably have that be right above the link and then have it pointing down. So embrace it, boom. That means you gotta click the link to embrace it and buy some of our shapewear so you can embrace it. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, the bio looks good. Same thing I just said about highlights. You wanna make sure that you are including highlights that show a behind the scenes look, highlight your products, and also just highlight your day-to-day and what it's like behind your brand. When I give it an overall look, I see the same soft pink. I see that there's a filter in some of the images that give it that soft look. I see that it looks like there's a format that you like to use with when you post your images with no one in the actual product. So that is good. Oh, this is a video of an event. Nice. And you have the logo over it. By the way, this logo is fire. I like it. Overall, looking at it, my only thing I would say about the actual content, like photos and videos, is you want to not do a lot of this, right? I don't know why I keep flipping the phone like y'all can't see my screen. You want to not do a lot of this, which is you're posting on your story and you're using the story font, saving it, and then posting it to your page. Don't do that. Create your content. Use Canva, use one of those other tools that I gave you in my previous video. If you didn't see it, I'm gonna put it right here. I list a bunch of tools that I use to brand and grow my Instagram. And then you want to make sure that they all look the same. So you do a good job of using the same colors and the same type of tone, which is great, but just work on those things there. Now, when I look at your actual images, when I click them, you have before and after separate. That should be a carousel, right? You want them to see what it looked like before and what it looked like after, or what it looks like now and what it looked like before. You want them to be able to swipe, or you can even put it next to each other. On Canva, they have photo templates that you can use and drag and drop your pictures in there and put them side by side. I would suggest using that for your before and after. I love the fact that you're showing how to put on the shapewear. That's good. Now, same thing goes for you. When you're going to use captions, I said it for the last two people, follow the caption formula that I use. Grab attention, explain, acts to complete an action. And then with the hashtags, if you're gonna use hashtags, go all the way. So definitely clean up some of your font. Definitely put your images together for before and after, because carousels rank higher than static posts and videos rank the highest. Super dope, cool tip. But overall, if I had to give you a rating, 1 to 10, I'm gonna give you about a 5.5. All right, we gotta work on those highlights, gotta work on that font, gotta actually work on those captions, hashtags, and all that jazz. But 5.5, not bad. All right, next person. Oh, I'm on the 4th person already. Who will the 4th person be? Okay, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Got one. Let's do Styles by Raka. All right, boom. So, upon entering your page, I am reading your bio, and it doesn't tell me much. I love that you have this mustard seed quote, but that is more personal, okay? We wanna make sure that we're telling people who you are, who is your brand, right? What do you provide? So definitely work on your bio. You want to list out products that you have, why you provide those products. The motivational quote, you can save that for a post or save that for your personal page. All right, then we're gonna scroll down. Just looking at the overall page, it's a lot of photos and videos, which is common when you're dealing with stylists, so that is not a problem. I don't know what your colors are, so I can't necessarily comment on the one flyer that I see here. So I'm just going to focus on the content and what you can do to better the content and get more engagement, okay? This video, you're showing the closure, you're showing how well it's laid. When you're doing this video, there's nothing, you're not telling me anything about the video. All you're doing is putting a bunch of hashtags. You're putting closure sewing and full lace. What, did you just stick the middle finger up? Wait. No, let's not do that. I hope I didn't see. I gotta watch this again. Okay. All right, so hold on. Before I continue about the caption, let's not do that. So our brand is important, okay? We want to make sure that we're putting out into the atmosphere what we want people to think and remember and feel about our business, okay? That is what your brand does. If putting up the middle finger and sticking out your tongue is that, go ahead. But 9 times out of 10, I can bet you that that's not a part of what you want people to remember. So let's work on that for the video next time. But in terms of the actual caption, there is none. And like I said in the previous audits, you need a caption, you need them to do those 3 things. On top of that, it's just a bunch of hashtags. And so it's good, I'm not gonna count them, but it's good that you're using a lot of them and they look like a lot of them do relate to your industry. I see Brona Bros in here and things like that. But then you have book and your number intertwined with the hashtags. No. Let's not do that. Hashtags stand on their own. your caption should be separate, okay? So if book is your caption, then that means that needs to be above, but we all know that you need a caption that is stronger than just saying book and giving people your number, okay? Let's go to another video or another picture, actually. All right, so love that you laid this lace wig and that you use the carousel, okay? So one thing that I can suggest for your page is to try to get some engagement. So when you use the caption formula that I spoke about with the last few people, you're going to need to ask questions. And one of the questions that you can ask as a hairstylist is what color people prefer, what style they prefer, if they were going on a date or wherever, what would they rock, or which style would they want to wear on their hair. And so the way that you do that is you create a comparison post by using templates in Canva, and you can drag and drop 2 images side by side. Maybe you do somebody with a blonde lace wig and one of them has pink, and you say, hey, it's Valentine's Day and your babe just pulled up and said he wants to take you out. Which wig are you throwing on, pink or blonde, or which look are you going with? You know what I'm saying? And that right there creates a conversation about the hair, about the style of the hair, and more engagement means more reach. More reach means more people see your page, more people follow you, interact with your brand, your website, and all of that. So keep that in mind when it comes to actually planning out your content. It looks like a lot of your content is just posting pictures and videos. Let's try to make it a little fun. Let's actually think of categories that we can post in, right? So that comparison thing is one of them. If you want to post hair care tips too, that's one of them. Even if you want to edit some of these videos and do slow-mo and add some music, just to give it some context, do that. But you want to give people something to come back for. And I can just come to your page and view your page and see what kind of hairstylist you are and then leave. I have no reason to follow you. I have no reason to be obligated to come back, right? So you want to give people a reason to come back. So usually that reason is by having something that you post often within a category that will get them to come back. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would rate it a 3. So the last and final page that I will be doing is actually eHustle Babe. She is a part of my eHustle Club that I started last month. If you don't know what the eHustle Club is, it is a club where we get together twice a month. We have Q&As, you learn new topics about marketing and branding for your business. There's guest speakers on topics like finance, Facebook ads, legal stuff that everybody needs to know to succeed in business. There's a bunch going on, and we have a group chat. It's super cool. It's called the eHustle Club, and I'm gonna leave all the information for that below. But the way that she was able to kind of get to the front of the list was because she's in the eHustle Club. Y'all don't judge her too bad, okay? She just joined the club. The club just started a month ago. The page is gonna be popping real soon, all right? So first things first, this page looks like it is a page that is trying to merge personal and business together, and we don't want to do that. You want to have a specific page for your business because your target audience is going to be attracted to your brand on your business page and not your personal brand. You can give them the option on your business page to follow your personal page, but you don't want to mix the two, especially when you and your business, you guys aren't the same, right? Even for me, I am my business. I am the brand hustler, but still I wanted to start from scratch. I didn't want the however many thousand people that follow me on my personal page to weigh down my engagement, because when I post about business, they're like, we don't care about that. We just care about you looking cute in pictures and kissing your boyfriend all day. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's a different want from your followers on your personal page than on your business page. So if you know that that want is drastically different, you gotta separate the two, okay? The bio, I feel like, should be worked on. You're just telling me that you do retail, wholesale, affiliates, and Amazon. Okay, of what? Tell me what the product is. Tell me what the service is that you provide. The services you provide, what are they? Why do you provide them? That's what your bio should tell me. Your bio should be a very quick resume of what this page is about, why should I follow it, and why should I click through to your website. Love the fact that you have highlights. When I look at the overall page, I already knew that it was going to be all over the place because it's trying to merge personal and business. And so that's another reason you want to make sure that they're separate, because the content starts to get a little, you know, off. So the content is definitely off because I see pictures of your dog, I see pictures of what book you're reading, and then I see pictures of your makeup. I'm confused. As a person that's coming to your page, I'm confused. If I didn't already have a consultation with you, I wouldn't know what it is you provided, right? And that's not good, because you're not gonna get a follower and you're not gonna get a customer by confusing them. You need to make everything clear, especially in today's world. Our attention span is getting less and less. And so you need to make sure that you're grabbing attention, you're telling them right there what it is. Clean that up. Let's post about your business and only things that pertain to your brand. Your dog does not pertain to makeup. I'm sorry, but it does not. Decide what your brand's colors are, decide what your brand's looks are, and give that to me. Give me that overall feel, that overall look that you want people to grasp from looking at your page. So I see a makeup post with this fabulous guy in this shag sweater. Okay. It's very engaging, it's very inviting. You are missing 2 pieces of the caption formula. You're not really calling me to act. You're telling me there's an upcoming giveaway. You're telling me to sign up. Where am I signing up? Am I clicking the link in your bio and giving you my email address? How am I signing up? Am I signing up by commenting? What do I need to do? But I love how interesting the caption actually is. Just give me a little bit more in terms of action and a little bit more in terms of details. When it comes to posting quotes, try not to screenshot. And even memes, try not to screenshot. There's tools where you can save the actual meme and then you can repost it for the full quality. In terms of the quotes, if you like a quote, plug the quote into your template. That means retyping it into your template so that it looks like it came from you and your brand. You want it to add up, you want it to match. If somebody were to share it, you want them to know where it came from and to directly link back to you. So if I had to give this page an overall rating, I'm gonna give the page a 2 as well. There you have it, Hustle Babes. I just audited 5 Instagram pages, completely random. I hope that you were able to gain some type of insight from this. I know that this video was long and you kind of had to bear through it, but I hope I did a good job of making it entertaining and informational at the same time, so that you could get a lot of tips from the things that I was saying to the people I was actually reviewing. When it comes to the eHustle Club, if you're interested in joining, definitely open up the description box below and click the link for more information. There's a video on the landing page that tells you all about the eHustle Club. I would love to hold your hand and guide you through this branding and marketing process with your business. Become an eHustle babe. If you are not following me already, definitely follow me at The Brand Hustler everywhere, but mostly on Instagram. And then you can follow my personal page at I am Chanel Q. If you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. If you want me to do a part 2, drop it in the comment box. Tell me that you want me to do a part 2, and like this video so that I can see how much you really want me to do a part 2, because I'm not gonna do a part 2 if nobody comments or if nobody likes it, because then it's like a waste of time. So let me know if you like this video. Definitely let me know what you thought in the comment box, and if you want me to do a video on a topic, like it, drop it down below. Drop it down below, okay? So I am about to be out of here. Bye, Hustle Babes.